Yes, good morning everyone. So I hope you all are fine and healthy, happy also. So today we are going to start our class with something new and interesting which you will be knowing in a few seconds. So before that we'll be going to do an activity. You will be playing a game which you'll enjoy, so you won't be suffering. Yes. So I must not say you have to. Yes, so we'll be playing this game now. You'll be trying to search the words. We have a digestive system which is being used to digest the food that we are eating, right? So that is what we are going to learn about today. So you'll have to find the digestive system words below in the grid to the left. Yes, you can find the hints from the bottom that what different words are there. I will just zoom it a bit so you'll be able to see clearly. Yes, I'll also find with you. You will also be giving me hints. Yes, we have very good students. We have this word swallow here. Yes, you can see the word swallow, SWALLOW. Yes, swallow means when we are taking the food that we are eating inside into our body. So that is what means. After chewing the food, we are taking it inside. That is what swallow means. Yes, what other words can you see? Yes, very good students. We can see pancreas also. Yes, there we have pancreas. Very good students. So we have found pancreas and swallow. What other words can you see? Yes, we have another word here, that is teeth. Yes, teeth is also here. We have found teeth as well, then pancreas as well, swallow as well. Yes, very good students. You are doing great. So, so we can say there are different words like absorb. Yes, absorb. The absorb is their large intestine, nutrients, small intestine, which you'll try to find also. You can write your responses in the comment section below. You can do this game while pausing the video as well. So these all the names that are mentioned in the on the image, yes, on this slide, they're all belonging to one system of our body that is helpful in the digestion. And if that system is digestion, that is what we're going to learn about today. That is the digestive system of our body. So are you excited to do that? So we'll be moving forward. Yes, so now we will be discussing about digestion in humans. So you can see different parts. Can you name the parts after reading them? Yes, you will try to do that. Yes. So why all organisms including humans require food? Can we intake the whole food or a complex food? Have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? Define digestion in your own terms. Yes. Now, this is a good question that you are having in front of you. That do you think that why do you think all humans require food, and why do you think that the food that we take, we should be taken into simpler form whole food we are taking the chapati, we are not creating some smaller bites of it, we are just taking it as a whole and or as a complex food. And have you ever wondered that what happens to the food that we eat, that how digestion occurs? You can define it in your own words. Yes, very good students. I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. Yes, so digestion. Okay, you are saying that digestion is when our food is basically the nutrients that we want for food are digested, or we are taking the things that are required from the food that we are eating. Yes, very good. That is also partly true about it, about the digestion that happens in a body. So what are the different organs that you can see in the picture? Yes, very good. We can see the mouth, the salivary gland, esophagus, liver is there. Very good, students. Then gallbladder is there. Yes, stomach is there. Pancreas we can see. Small intestine is also there. Yes, very good. We can also see the large intestine and then the anus. Yes, very good, students. You have named them well. So if you talk about where is it starting from, it is starting from the mouth, because we are taking the food inside our body from the mouth only. So it will be starting from the mouth. Then the salivary gland, the saliva that is secreted in our mouth after we eat that food, that will be helping in the chewing that we do. It softens the food basically, and bolus will be formed. That is the halfly chewed food that we are talking about. So when it is passing on to the esophagus basically is a pipe-like structure that is like a connecting link between the mouth and the stomach. So stomach there, then the food will go into the stomach. Then after that, some enzymes are released by the liver and gallbladder and pancreas, and they will be working on the food that we eat. Then from there on, the food from the stomach will be passed on to the small intestine and then into the large intestine, where different absorptions are taking place, which we'll be discussing on later on. Then from the largest intestine, this food will be, or we can say this bolus will be passed on from the excreted out from the anus region of our body. Yes, very good, students. So we'll be moving forward from here now. Yes. Yes, so we have decided, let me just adjust it a bit. Yes, so if we talk about the furthermore, the breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is what is called as digestion basically. So the complex substances are there in the form of the food that we eat. The breakdown of that complex components of food into more simpler substances to be absorbed by our body. We're calling it as the process of digestion. We take in food through the mouth, digest, and we utilize it. The unused part of the food are excreted. So we are saying, it is saying that the we take the food through the mouth and we then digest it and utilize it by breaking them into parts, and the unused part of the food, they are being excreted out from the anus part of the digestive system. So we can see in this picture as well, you can see there are this complex structure that is joined, that it is broken down into parts. So we can see some substances we are breaking down into smaller substances, and after that it will be digested and utilized by our body. Yes, with the help of certain enzymes that we'll be discussing on later on. Then the unused part of the food are excreted out. Yes, very good, students. So the components of food such as carbohydrates are complex substances. These complex substances cannot be utilized as such. So the food that we are taking are those are in whole. They are complex substances and we cannot digest them just as a whole. We need to break them into parts first. Only then after that we'll be able to digest them. So these complex substances cannot be utilized as such. So they are broken down into simpler substances basically, because we are saying that from carbohydrates we are getting the different units of glucose from which it is made of, right? So we'll be moving forward from here. Yes, so the food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into various compartments, that is, the buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine ending in the rectum, and then the anus. So six parts we are dividing into. That is the first, the buccal cavity, the mouth which is having the mouth portion, the food pipe or esophagus, the pipe-like structure which is connecting the mouth and the stomach. Then there is stomach. Then we have the small intestine following the stomach. Then after the small intestine, the food will be entering the large intestine, and the large intestine is ending towards the rectum. And after that, the last is the anus, from where the unwanted material in the food is being excreted out basically. So I hope you are clear about it. Yes. Now I hope you are able to label this diagram. We have the hints in the bottom. At the bottom, we have just explained. I have explained just explained this diagram to you. Yes, in this, what should be coming? Yes, very good, students. So mouth will be coming from this, or we can say the buccal cavity. Yes, the mouth will be there from the hints we can see. And in this, if we talk about this, then we have esophagus here. Very good. And this is what is called as liver. This is a stomach. Here it is a stomach. Then this is the small intestine we are having here in the middle, and in the outer side, which is coiled to outside the small intestine, it is the large intestine here. Then we have the anus part of the digestive system. So I hope this whole diagram is clear to you now. So you will be giving answer to these questions now. You must be finding it easy now that we have discussed about it. So the part of digestive system where no digestion takes place is, so the part of the digestive system where no digestion is being taking place. Mouth, esophagus, stomach, or small intestine where no digestion is being taking place. Yes. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Yes, so the correct answer to this question would be, yes, now the time is up. So the correct answer to the question would be esophagus. Why esophagus would be the answer? Because we know that mouth also, in mouth, what is happening? We are chewing the food. We are basically from the whole, we are breaking it into parts, the initial parts, yes, and we are passing that food from the mouth to the stomach with the help of esophagus. So that esophagus is just a pipe-like structure which is helping, which is connecting the mouth and the stomach. There no digestion is basically happening, no absorption and no secretion of basically the enzymes is happening. So esophagus is the part of the digestive system where no digestion takes place, because we know that in small intestine and small stomach as well, the part of digestion is there. So question 3 is about that the largest gland in our human body is, which is the largest gland? Yes, I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. What do you think? Even if you don't know the answer, you can just give a hint according to what you think it should be. You have seen the pictures as well. Yes, just more 5 seconds. So the correct answer to this question would be liver. So liver is the largest gland in our human body. Try to remember that. It is important for the competitive exam perspective as well. The largest gland in our body will be liver basically. So the next part that we are going to discuss about is that food is taken into the body through, yes, so the food is taken into the body through the mouth. Yes, very good, students. So the process of taking food into the body is being called as, what should it be called? We are taking something inside. So we are calling it as ingestion. The process of taking food into the body is being called as ingestion. So how can we chew the food? Yes, how can we chew the food? Yes, so we chew the food with the help of our teeth. Yes, this is what is present in our buccal cavity basically. The teeth, and the mouth is having different form of teeth, which are, some are helpful in biting. The frontal teeth, they are helpful in biting. The teeth at the back, they are helpful in chewing the food basically. Each tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the, yes, in the gums basically. In the mouth, the tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Yes, so if we talk about milk teeth and permanent teeth, you must have heard about milk teeth and permanent teeth, because at a certain age when our teeth used to fall off, it would not be scared, we would not get scared of it, or we would not be feeling any kind of anxiousness that our teeth will not be coming back, because we knew that these are our milk teeth and we will be getting new teeth after this. But if someone lost their permanent teeth, then he will be having certain feelings about it, because that permanent teeth may not be coming back again. So the person has to do some implants for that. Yes. So the first set of teeth grows during infancy and they fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years basically. These are termed as milk teeth. So the first set of teeth that are grown during infancy and that fall off at the age between 6 to 8, they are termed as milk teeth. And the second set of teeth that replaces them are the permanent teeth. The permanent teeth may last throughout life or fall off during old age or due to some dental disease. So the permanent teeth, what will they do? That they may last throughout life. They are going to last throughout life, but they sometimes may fall off during old age. They may last throughout the whole life sometimes, and due to some dental diseases they may fall off, or we can just sometimes break them with some injury or some accidents. Yes. So otherwise they would be lasting forever till the person is alive. So milk teeth and permanent teeth are two different type of categories. We are dividing the teeth. Yes, now we have this picture in front of us, that is, our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. We know that not all the teeth are performing the same function in the mouth, right? So accordingly they are given different names as well. Like in this picture also we can see, yes, there these four teeth that are there, we're calling them as molars. Two of them are molars, the last two, and the last three and the next two are being called as premolars. So these are two premolars and three molars. If we talk about both the sides, then six will be molars and four will be premolars. And if we talk about canines, they are sharper. Yes. Then they are only two. If we talk about both the sides, if we talk about the single side, then we have only one canine. And if we talk about both the sides, then we have a pair of canines, that is two canine teeth. Then after that we have two incisors, and if we talk about both the sides, then we have four incisors, basically two pairs of them. So now we know the different type of teeth that are there in our mouth. Incisors, four incisors, two canines, four premolars and six molars. Arrangement of the different type of teeth in the jaws on one side and the socket on the other side. So the sockets are there in the gums. Yes, I hope this is now clear to you. But different type of teeth are there. For chewing, which type of teeth are being used? Molars are basically used for chewing purpose, and for biting, incisors are being used. Incisors and sometimes canines as well, right? Yes, so we will be moving forward now. Yes, so if we look at it now, the four type of teeth and their function in your mouth. Incisors. If we talk about incisors, then you can identify the four incisors that are there in your mouth. So we have just talked about the lower jaw in the previous picture, but if we talk about the upper jaw as well, then we'll be having the number should be doubled, right? So the incisors are 8 teeth in the front center of our mouth. Yes, 4 in the upper jaw and 4 in the lower jaw. Yes, two pairs. So there'll be 8 in number. If we talk about canines, and canines are next teeth that develop in your mouth, and they are how many in number? Canines are 4 in number if you talk about the 2 in the upper jaw and 2 in the lower jaw. And if you talk about the premolars, then we have how many? Yes, how many premolars are there? There are also 8 in number, because 2 pair in the lower jaw and 2 pair in the upper jaw. So premolars are used for tearing and crushing food. So we can say tearing and crushing food, we are using premolars and molars basically. And molars are your largest teeth. So how many of them are in there? 6 on the upper jaw and 6 on the lower jaw. So there are 12 in numbers. I hope now you are clear about the different type of teeth, four type of teeth that are there in your mouth and their function that they are performing. Yes, now the various functions of the tongue, you will be giving the answer about it. The help in mixing saliva with food, help in swallowing the food into the food pipe, helps in getting taste of food, essential for speaking. Yes, so these all are the function of the tongue. Yes, so so the tongue is also helping in mixing the saliva with the food and also helping in swallowing the food into the food pipe. Yes, we push the food into the food pipe with the help of our tongue. It helps in getting the taste of the food also. We get the taste of anything we eat on our tongue only. Essential for speaking also. We use our tongue to speak as well. So different part of the tongue are sensitive to different tastes basically, which you will be coming which you will be experiencing yourself, and you will be telling your observations to me as well, that in the back of the tongue we feel the bitter taste and in the top of the tongue we feel the sweeter taste. Yes, and on the sides we feel the salty taste. Which, am I right or not, you will be telling me after making your own observations. Yes, very good students. So we'll be moving forward from here now. Yes, so bitter is in the back of the tongue, then sour is on the sides, and salt and sweet on the frontal portion of the basically the tongue, and the center portion is also again for the sweet. So now you know for which portion I was not sure, I was not correct about, right? But you were not able to caught me in this. Yes, so because sometimes we are not able to differentiate in which part of the tongue we are feeling which taste. But yes, sour is on the sides, bitter on the bottom, or we can say the behind of the tongue, then sweet at the center, and sweet and salty at the top of the tongue, or in the beginning of the tongue. The digestion, you will be giving the answer to this question now. The digestion of food starts in which part of the digestive system? Small intestine, stomach, mouth, or large intestine? Yes, you will be telling that which part of the digestive system is that where the digestion of food starts or begins. Yes, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that, to think about it and give your response. Yes, so the answer to this question would be mouth. So the digestion of food starts from the mouth itself, because we chew the food in our mouth and we break the whole of the food into smaller parts, and then that bolus, we are calling that the chewed food, we will be passing that on to the esophagus after that. Yes, now we have this activity where you will have to, they are used to cut and bite food. Now with the which type of, yes, they will be in scissors. They are used to cut and bite the food. They are strongest teeth and grind food. So they are the molars basically. We use them to crush and grind food. These are the premolars. So molars and premolars are in the category where they are being used to grind and crush the food basically, and they are sharp and they rip and tear food. So if you talk about that, then we have canines in that category. So I hope you are now clear with different types of teeth and their functions. Now the mode of feeding. So if you talk about the mode of feeding, then different animals have different mode of feeding. Yes. Yes, so we have 4 animals here, and they all have different mode of feeding. Sorry for the disturbance. So we'll be moving forward and learning more about it. So the mode of taking food into the bodies varies in different organisms. Bees and hummingbirds suck the nectar of plants. Snakes like the python swallow the animals they prey upon. Some aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. So we can say they different organisms have different feeding habits according to the food that they eat. So I hope now this is clear to you, that how different animals are feeding upon different foods that they are having. Yes, now we'll do a quick recap of things that we have discussed about. So we have discussed the digestion, that how there are different parts of digestive system, that is the buccal cavity, the food pipe and esophagus, stomach is there, then small intestine followed by large intestine ending in the rectum, and then there is anus. You will be telling this arrangement is true or false. I'll giving you 2 to 3 seconds to do that. Yes, very good students. So this arrangement that they have made, the order that they have made is true. So the types of teeth that they are, yes, yes, very good students. So we have molars, premolars, incisors, and canines at the 4 different type of teeth, and they have different functions in our mouth. So for homework, you have these two questions and one activity that you will be naming the type of carbohydrates that can be digested by ruminants but not by humans. So you'll have to find out why what are the carbohydrates that can be digested by ruminants but not the humans. So give the reasons also. You will write the similarity and one difference between the nutrition in amoeba and human beings. That will be increasing, expanding your knowledge. Yes, you'll be finding it out and writing on your notebooks. This activity that you'll have to do is collect data from your friends and neighbors and classmates to know about more about milk teeth and tabulate your data with the serial number 5 serial numbers, and the categories will be age at which the first tooth fell, age at which the last tooth fell, and number of teeth lost and number of teeth replaced. And find out from at least 10 children and find the average age at which the children lose the milk teeth. So that is it for today, students. Thank you for being a good support. We'll be meeting again with a more interesting topic, yes, to be discussed. So till then, stay healthy and happy. We'll be meeting again in the next class. Thank you, students.